Streaming has never been more popular and, well, necessary. So this is going to be a video about live streaming and tips from the novice to a little bit more advanced stuff. I'm not like a professional, but it's just more than just the basics, so yeah. Since this current stay-at-homeness, is that a word? I've had a bunch of messages from colleagues in the entertainment world. They're all asking me for help on live streaming. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to share some of those tips here on this video. Because I'm gonna try to keep this to the point and keep it moving along as fast as I can. If you have any questions of something that I might have brushed over, make sure you leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to them. But definitely check the description because there's gonna be a lot of links to a lot of the gear that I'm using and just more information in general about why I'm making this video or what's going on. Let's start with simplistic. So yeah, the most simplistic way to go live is on your phone. But there's little things you can do on your phone to make it a little bit nicer, such as getting a wide angle lens. I definitely recommend the Olo clip because it's the only one that has a good front facing clip on. The reason you want to use your front facing lens is because you can read the comments, you can kind of interact with your audience. So yeah. And then you're gonna need a microphone as well because there's better ways to really make it sound great. What I recommend is either the Smart Lav Plus from Rode or the Rode Wireless Go. And there's also more add-ons where you can have stands, you wanna get a light, more accessories, you can always add on more and more and more. But then there's also great software for the phone. There's LiveAir Solo, there's Streamlabs. You can just go live straight off of Facebook, straight off of YouTube if you have over 1,000 subs. And then there's Mimo Live Reporter, which I'll get into Mimo Live in a second. By the way, I'm primarily using Apple, kind of focusing on what I know and what I have. Otherwise, you know, what am I gonna do here? Tell you the stuff I don't know about? Let's move on to live computer streaming, the simple side of it. So what kind of hardware are you gonna use for your computer? Well, you have a built-in camera, which usually sucks. So I would recommend getting some kind of external camera. I have a Logitech 922 something. It's a good streaming camera. Also has a microphone built into it if you want better quality mics. But let's go into microphones. Oh my God, this is gonna be such a long video. Sorry, I just had a little bit of a meltdown because it's a tough video to do. It's so much to unpack. Okay, so for a more simplistic, better quality microphone, I would suggest a USB microphone that connects to your computer, like the Audio-Technica 9934 USB microphone, or the Yeti Blue microphone has a great sound as well. Let's dive into something a little bit more complex. So for my setup that I have right back here, I am running an A6500 Sony. Any camera that has a clean HDMI out is what you want. I particularly like a wide angle lens. Anything between 10 and 18 is gonna be probably what you want. I have an actual 10 to 18 and that works well for me. A6500 goes into an Elgato cam link. You're gonna need something to be able to interface it to your computer, so HDMI into USB. I use the Shure SM7B, which a lot of video podcasters and all that stuff, they use that. I love it. That's like one of my favorite mics. When I do live music streams, that's like my microphone that I sing into. And speaking of which, I will make a video soon on how I do the music streams and how it sounds quality if you want to check out my music streaming channel. It's not just streaming, there's other stuff, but check that out up here. But you're also gonna need a microphone interface. So I use the PreSonus Studio 68C, which is a USB-C audio interface. It has 4 inputs. I also have extra microphones ready to roll, just like, you know, cheap ones, but they sound really good going through there. Now, if you're looking for a multiple camera shoot, I would recommend getting something like a HDMI mixer instead of getting a bunch of USB interfaces that are gonna, you know, run up your computer. You can just do that on the fly. I have these Rode PSA-1 arms for my mic and for my camera, just to be able to move it around and make it easier. Ball head mounts on those. This light is like, it's like an aperture something or other. Any lights will do when they're nice and bright. Whatever light you get, make sure you put some kind of diffusion on it so it's not as harsh on you. The hardest thing for me is that with glasses, they kind of reflect off of them. So I also have an eGPU, which I have a whole video on that. The eGPU runs all the graphics, which runs the monitors. That helps out a lot of the workflow. OBS is a free program. It's not my favorite. I've had struggles with it in the past. The one that I use is Mimo Live. I think it's the best one. Maybe I'll do a whole Mimo Live software video because because that's in and of itself its own video. Yeah, okay, that's coming up soon. So now that we got through the gear side of streaming, there's still a lot more that you need to know about. Once you get the camera rolling and you're live, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but just keep streaming. Stream as much as you can. If you have to do practice streams, that's okay too. I think that the more you stream, the more confident you get, the more you understand how to talk to the camera. And then when you're live and there's a chat and everything, you have to remember that you're talking to 3 different audiences. Number 1 is the people that are watching it from the beginning. There's the people that are just popping in and out. And then there's the people that are watching it after the fact. Best advice I can give is the first things that you say on that stream are for the people watching after the fact. So instead of just going live and being like, who's in the chat? Let's talk to the chat immediately. No, you want to talk to the audience that's watching it after the fact, for at least like the first couple minutes. Another point is that it's easy to get lost in the chat. I mean, it's good to say hi and address people and answer questions, but sometimes it's better to have like a segment devoted to Q&A so that people know to save your questions for a little bit later. But you can also have one eye on the chat because sometimes people have interesting things to say that will be a good way to keep a conversation rolling on your stream. And sometimes when you're by yourself streaming, all you have is the chat. Having said that, it's very important beforehand to have a general outline of what you want to do. So I think that changing segments is a good thing. Maybe not necessarily call them segments, but just different topics once you've kind of moved on from one to the other. Because you remember, this is a live stream, you're trying to keep people entertained. If you talk too much about something, like I am right now probably. Wow. I'm just ending that thought right there. Okay. You also have to remember there's a little bit of a delay for people that are writing in the chat and what you're saying. And I've seen a lot of people get confused and it just completely derails what they're talking about. Or somebody that has the worst spelling and grammar, and as you're trying to read it, it does not make any sense. And that throws you off too. Danny, you're an amazing musician. Danny, your music is amazing musician. Oh, Danny, your music amazing. Danny, your music amazing musician. I'm trying to figure out how to read that. All right, so I hope that wasn't too much information too fast. I try to keep these to the point because I know how sometimes this can get boring. My whole motivation to having this channel is to be able to motivate, inspire, help you guys with any tips, make you laugh, entertain you sometimes. So there we go. Because I really want to bring the community back into these kind of videos. My last edited video, which was the top 5 gear that I regret buying. Wow, there's so many comments. So many comments. Okay. By the way, Xander Round wrote, challenge accepted, because I challenged him to make a video. Hopefully he made it, and I will share it in my community tab. Jack Warner said, boosted board? That's all I wrote. Okay. I don't know what that meant, but Aerial Gamer, we have the Osmo Gimbal 2 and love, but we don't have a GoPro 7 or 8. We're looking to buy an 8 for an upcoming cruise in July, but I guess that won't happen now. Oh, stay safe. All right. I know. So Chris Wickless, he said, how is it that I'm just now diving into your content? Your editing style is smooth, natural, and keeps me interested. I'm happy to finally be a subscriber. So thanks. I connected with him through Gina Walters, so that's pretty cool. What are those lights under the monitor? This was a birthday gift from my wife, the Nano Leaf lights. Josh Walker Vlogs, go check him out. I love that guy. I love his channel. Says, moment fanboys, and I had a good crack at that. Drone Kings and Darwin, what should you do is flip all the things that you don't use anymore in Gumtree, but you have to do it in alphabetical order. Yeah, I'm in the process. I've been buying some stuff. I need to sell some stuff now. So Throttle Down Under said, good day, Danny. It's been a while since I've seen your vids. Glad I stumbled on you again. So thanks for stumbling on me again. I did an 80s music stream Zoom party over the weekend on this channel right here. TWF Traveling with Friends said, love this so much. Great audio and musicianship. Tanks. Beetle? All right, okay. There we go. Hopefully I got to bring in some of the community that is this channel. This is for fun. We're having a good time here. Leave a comment and I'll bring it up on the next video, which will be very soon because I got a lot of time on my hands here. Stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, click the bell that you see down there because the next couple of videos will be about live streaming because this is the time to know and learn about live streaming. You got the time. can't go anywhere. You might as well work on some live streams. Okay.